You talk about good defensive sets of 6. This is certainly one from the Roosters.
Yeah, I've got to say that the Canberra Raiders are a little bit flat at the moment. Look at that. That's terrible passing.
Ruben Wiki gets it back from McNamara.
There's the first one knock on up here.
Just have a look how flat they are too. No one really willing to come around on the keep going and run the ball forward. Very flat play there from Ruben Wiki. Have a look at this. There's the offload from Wolford. And that's just under 7 stuff there.
It's down this end of the field.
So a couple of handling errors so
Get
far
heading, Justin.
to the Canberra Raiders.
Hold it steady, Raiders. Hold it in there, Brett.
To feed the scrum 25 metres out. 20 in from this broadcasting touchline. Fittler now. Barnett's in from the wing. He misses him out. Walker's in the line. Showed the ball inside, but went outside. The ball back inside. Ivan Cleary will score.
Oh, that's a gem. That is a dead set gem of a try. Well orchestrated there from the Roosters. They just go simply wide from the scrum. You have a look at the Canberra Raiders defence. They go up and they hold. That gives them the opportunity to hit the ball at speed. And that's exactly what happened this time. Here they go to the right-hand side of the field. Just watch how they come up and then slide. And that is the inside run. That's beautiful gap running there. Offload from Singh. And the good thing about it is Cleary kept his feet to score the try.
He still had a bit of work to do, didn't he? He took the ball about 10 metres out from the line. He had McClendon on his case. Great ball here from Walker. Matt Singh running back on the angle. And here's Ivan Cleary with the inside ball. Still plenty of work to do. Sensibly, he's the one who's taking the kick. He wants to improve the angle. And the Roosters.
A tackle being made. Very slow to get back there and then up again.
Barnhill again with another hit up, his 7th of the match. Fittler will go to the air from his 30-metre line. Nagus back on the other 30, drops it forward. The kick ahead from Justin Dooley. Probably not the right option.
He would have been better off just diving on the football or trying to pick it up. He had 2 men on his outside.
We've come back for the scrum anyway with a Sydney City Rooster feed, so he had plenty of options. The ball was always going to come back to the Roosters.
It was a 3-on-1 situation there. Look at that.
So Nagus under pressure from the high ball. We saw Clinton Schifovski put under enormous pressure by the Johns brothers.
Keep it in there.
At Marathon match. And so the 8-0 lead, hardly surprising. McClendon inside for Nagus, who wasn't there to accept the pass. Mullins is forced to go back and clean up. Beats the first tackle. Has another go. The game's changed a lot since Brett Mullins last played. Back then there were 2 competitions. And his team was still in the race for the semi-finals. The kick ahead from Nagus.
Great play.
Short ball, kicks it ahead again. Walker thought about it. The kick from Wolford.
It's a World Cup.
It's just opening up for him.
It's a try.
It will. Croker. They just kept it on the toe. And you called it, Blocker. It was the World Cup.
I didn't know what Nagus was doing. He had the opportunity just to scoop down and pick the football up.
Barnesy, just check. Can you hear that? Just want to see. Check the whole lead up to the whole thing, Barnesy.
Steve Clark unsure, so going to video referee Barry Barnes. Nagus did well to even get through at that point. Everyone's still onside. This is the point.
He's onside.
Everyone's still going fine.
That's a try.
I can't see any problem with that at all. That's a try to Jason Croker. Completely against the run of play.
And completely the weirdest try I've ever seen. I don't know what he was doing. He had 3 kicks at it here, Nagus. Look at that, the little stab, beautiful. There's another little stab at it. I think he thinks, oh, I kicked it a bit too far. I'll get there again. Look at this. Diego Maradona.
Andrew Walker thought he'd get into the kicking act. It's punted again ahead by Wolford. Go back to the start again. Barry Barnes obviously wants to have a look at something.
I'll tell you what he'd be looking at, see if Wolford's onside, I'd say. Here, he's onside all right. And whether Croker is onside, I think he's behind him. Here's Singh coming across to clean up, gets another boot on it. Croker picks it up and goes over. It's a try.
Well, the only man who can really adjudicate in this is Barry Barnes. He's had a few looks at the replays. What's his decision? Well, maybe he hasn't had a decision. Try. Well, the Canberra Raiders were pretty confident. All of them had lined out back for for the restart of play. The Sydney City Roosters were
City side, and it's Adrian Lamb and also Luke Ricketson who really do put the chase on him. Here's another good run from Dooley offloads.
spun out of a couple of tackles and got the ball away to Jack Elsgood. The crowd had some doubt over the tackle. Elsgood is getting to his feet only now. No word from either referee Steve Clark or the touch judge. He's lost the ball in that tackle, and this time Steve Clark will come in.
Be a couple on report for this one, lifting in the tackle.
Shoulder.
Bradley Clyde and also Anthony
I'm not
Seibold.
costing any of your plays. Brad, away you go, please. Away you go, please. Bradley Clyde!
Little lifting in the tackle there.
Okay, mate, it got very close. As soon as you start picking blokes up and their legs go beyond that horizontal, it gets very, very close. I know you let him go just so you got the top. I'll put on report anyway to have a look at it. But okay, you got to just watch it. Be careful.
This is the tackle. It's always a difficult one, isn't it?
I think Brad Clyde saved him there.
I think you're right. Seibold it was. The tackler beneath, and Bradley Clyde, you can see, got a pat on the shoulder. The Raiders knew that it helped out there. Brendan Hurst plays it 10 metres out from the line. They come back to the short side.
Oh, great tackle.
Jack
Wicked.
Elsgood.
Absolutely crunched. They've done well with it too, the Roosters. They've controlled it.
Barnhill.
David Furner's having an absolute blinder.
Jason Croker, the try scorer, preparing to come back on to the park. McNamara forced to adjust.
This is where the Roosters do well too, 20 minutes into the game. There's a good
Look at that!
tackle.
Jack Elsgood! Unbelievable! Along with Richie Barnett. Brilliant defence, pushed him back 10 metres. I tell you what, Jack Elsgood's been on the receiving end of a couple of very strong tackles. Look at this one, Barnett goes low, they just pick him up. No Raiders back there to help him out. That'll make the highlight tape.
Well, it was great because he's copped a few himself, hasn't he?
Some powerful Rooster defence. The blind side, was that pass forward? The crowd thought so, so did Steve Clark.
I can't believe how flat they are. A little bit of indecision for the dummy half work.
Send him on, send him on.
Canberra really having problems. Their own worst enemies coming out of their own end. If it's not a forward pass,
I can still
like
see.
that one is there, it's losing possession.
Most people there wouldn't
Really
agree with you.
offering this game to the Roosters on a platter.
The last time the Roosters had a scrum in this position,
Here's a set play.
it was put down on the first tackle. What can they
Surprised the scoreboard hasn't ticked over.
McLinden.
The habit of it.
Stewart with a long cutout pass finds Nagus, who's dropped the ball in the tackle.
A little bit unlucky. Fletcher wasn't allowed to play on there.
Scrum,
Good
fellas.
defence again by Barnett. And again, the Raiders coming out of their own end. Can't complete.
See Nagus looking rather hopefully at referee Steve Clark.
He's still looking hopeful.
Tell you what.
And so the handling errors all even again as Lamb feeds the scrum on the 40-metre line. The big push from the Raiders. Don't often see that. Here's Fittler. Inside pass. Picks up Walker. Fittler. Gawler. Can't free his arms to offload. 30 metres away now from the Raiders line. Here's Fletcher. He gets a pass back. Forced to do something with it.
Very strong off the bench, aren't they, the Roosters?
Oh.
He's a good player, that Fletcher.
Lamb, flat pass for Brad Fittler, runs at the line and straight through, and Brad Fittler will score. I'll tell you what, Blocker, you can call it. It wasn't 2 minutes ago that you said Brad Fittler needed to run at the line. The first time he does, he gets through the gap and he scores.
Well, if you have a look at it again, they don't come up on him. That's probably what he's been waiting for. He feigns the pass on the outside. Have a look at the Raiders just sliding on him. One player, he can do it, Fittler. Look at the strength he shows to beat Mullins and also Nagas. That's a great try to the Rooster captain.
And the thing is, when he puts the foot down, he really has deceptive pace. Bad missed tackle there from Brandon Pearson. Went on Pearson's right-hand side. Maybe that's something they've been working on. And Fittler crosses for the second try for the Roosters this evening and goes straight off to the blood bin. Maybe he hit a knee or something in scoring that try.
They often use the term one of the best players in the world loosely, but have a look at this play. That's why they rate him as one of the best. Very strong in the legs, pushes across, decides to run and scores a critical try.
Rigon. Straight through goes Lamb, puts on the step, beats another couple. He's got no one in support. Oh, if there'd been another pass, they would have been in. Looking dangerous, the Roosters, as Ricketson finds some space down the left-hand side. Elsgood into dummy half. The last tackle now. Walker forced to take the first tackle and put up the high ball down to Mullins' wing. He goes up and takes it brilliantly.
Gee, there's been some great passages from the very best of players in this game. First it was Fittler. Now look at that take there from Brett Mullins. That is just outstanding. Leaves the ground, jumps above them.
How confident is that for a man playing his first game of rugby league in 9 months?
He had to do it.
Justin Dooley again looking. Now, I'll tell you what, there could be some trouble here in that tackle from Luke DeVico because the arm went between the legs and that went over the horizontal.
He's up again. Oh, they're calling him out.
Both here, these two.
On report, this one.
It's DeVico and also Luke Prittis, a couple of
when you tackled him, it was all right until nearly the end, and then you turned him, his legs up in the air and his head straight down on the ground. Okay, the same. Said to the same the blokes over there, mate. As soon as you turn them, you bring yourselves into danger. All right, that one's going on report too.
It's a reportathon.
You can see here.
That's a penalty.
DeVico is the one puts the hand between the legs. And once they upend him, so the Roosters get a repeat set. Barnhill back on the inside. On from Ricketson to Walker. The inside ball for Gourlay. 12 metres out, 22 metres out, I should say, from the Raiders line. Lamb straight through and straight between the posts. He dummied to the right, he shimmied to the left, and he went straight between the uprights.
How quick is he? I was just about to say I wouldn't like to see Brad Fittler on before the half-time break. And this time, it's Adrian Lamb. Just have a look at the charge down again. Here it is, the long ball out. Walker goes for the kick. Just watch Lamb here as he scoops the football up. What's it going to be, ref? Play on, 6 again? What do you reckon? Yeah, 6 again.
He comes out.
It's really been put to him too by Ricky Stewart today.
He took a heavy knock over the top in that tackle as well. Look at that. Just a shake to the right, a step to the left.
Very loose in the middle there. They weren't tight. He summed it up quickly.
Oh, didn't he enjoy that? I'm sure his coach would have as well. Oh, the smile already starting to form on the face of Adrian Lamb.
One of Adrian Lamb's great assets is his speed, but also his dummy. He throws a dummy 100 times a game, but they still keep falling for him. Critical try, that 20 points to 6, right on half-time.
Which is up against the Canberra Raiders. And far too many empty seats at the stadium to delight the officials of the National Rugby League. Support comes in all shapes and sizes, doesn't it? There's a few Canberra Raiders supporters have made the trek. They'll be disappointed to see a few of his former teammates. Was there in the early 90s, played a couple of grand finals for Canberra.
Good pinch there from Ferner,
one-on-one.
And a double pinch. He'll score!
Away goes Andrew Walker. He's got 5 metres to go, dragged down by desperate defence. A quick play, the ball will do it. They swing it to the left. Lamb. Elsgood. Just a metre away.
Short side.
Stewart. Long cut-out pass finds Croker in some space. He pushes off one, passes the inside ball to Nagas. Kennedy is there to be tackled 2 metres away from the line. Nagas for Croker to score his second. They'll come right back at them, the Raiders. They had to score next and they did.
Now, how many times you see Croker score tries? It's his second for the match. Just a little bit over-read there. They didn't have the numbers on the short side. Ivan Cleary overreads. Croker throws the dummy on the outside. can't really blame him there. They had the numbers, the Raiders. Good try and good hit back there from the Raiders. First time they're going down this end. Nagas comes in as fullback to make the extra man. That's an easy one for Kroger. Still a long time left on the clock, and the Raiders starting to make plenty of breaks.
The pass, a good cutout pass from Gourlay, found clearing. He's tackled on the last on the 20-metre line. Lamb is there for the kick, as is Walker. Look out for that big spiral puck. McNamara is out there under pressure. Brilliantly taken by Barnett, and he will score.
Is he onside?
The try is awarded by Steve Clark.
The Roosters know how important that one is. Look at them all gather.
Richie Barnett. Unbelievable. His 4th try of the year.
The players know that that is a nail in their coffin. He is onside, no doubt about that. Brilliant play. How does he take this ball? Spins out. You've got a feel there for McNamara. But Barnett's happy. Look at him, mate. No, it's a flincher.
We wondered who the ball would go to for the kick. Andrew Walker, who could patent those towering bombs, puts up another one. McNamara got there first. Barnett got there stronger. And he rips the ball out of the arms for the Sydney City Roosters' 4th try of the night.
Actually, it's Canberra that have dominated the last 10 minutes. They've asked a few questions of the East defence and they've failed. The bomb goes up in the air. It's a lottery. What about this for a take? Barnett, he has a habit of doing that. He's a quality player. And they've got a stranglehold on this game now, 26 points to 12.
We're into the final quarter of the match and Sydney City's lead now 14 as the Raiders try to concoct something. They've posted some pretty impressive second-half comebacks already this season, most notably twice against Manly. Over the top it comes, intercept, look out, shut the gate, there goes Luke Ricketson, in for another try. The Roosters have hit 30.
The Roosters are home. I always find it hard from sides to try and spread the ball from their sideline. If the defence does come up and get in your face, there's always the chance of this sort of thing. A little bit of second phase play there, but look, he's right in their line. That's a terrible pass.
Simon Wolford it was with a long cut-out ball to his right, which went straight into the arms of a very grateful Luke Ricketson.
And again, more mistakes from the Raiders coming out of their own end. Been their biggest problem. Luke Ricketson has been a good player for them tonight, 13 tackles and 8 hit-ups.
That's one of the easiest tries that he will score. He had to run 40 metres, but there was no one in front of him. He just had to see whether his legs would last.
He was camped in the...
Hurst. Here's Fittler. The inside ball for Walker, taken high. Ben Kennedy. Oh. Lamb. Inside pass. This is Fittler. They're leaving him alone again. He finally gets the ball inside to Elsgood.
Get away, Justin!
Oh.
Justin!
High tackle there.
Stay away! Stay away! Stay away!
We've seen a couple of incidents tonight.
Stay away.
And this one could be trouble.
It's no good firing up
Justin,
when you're 32 points behind, or 32 points to 12 behind on the scoreboard. These sort of things really should happen
and run around the top.
at the start of the game.
Come run around the top and you collect them, okay? Mate, don't take the law in your own hands, right? I'd already blown the whistle when you come in. All you do is create problems, okay? Let's cut it. Hey, come on, let's cut it out. Just wait, just wait.
See, the tackle came high on Jack Elsgood.
Shut it, goal, boys.
Brett Mullins over the top. That's what all this was about.
You've got every right to go in and stick up for your teammate there, Muzzer.
Yeah, frustration block. They realise now, Canberra, that this is a critical game for them and they're gone. Mullins, they've got to be careful because they might lose a player here. There's the replay there. He's well and truly held Elsgood. Watch this player come across there, Mullins. He's normally better than that, Mullins. He's a quality player, but frustration. They've got to be careful, the Raiders.
Well, the only one ever really got an
Obviously, it's a vote of approval. 13,500.
Good on you, mate.
Yeah, good luck to you, son.
Come on, boys. Lamb. Inside pass for Singh. Picked up low by Luke DeVico. Walker. Here's Brian Fletcher. Gets through the gap, Brian Fletcher throws the ball outside. Barnett with a smuggle ball back to Nate Wood. Oh, it's champagne stuff here from the Sydney City Roosters. They'll go in again, will they? Barnett's tackled 5 metres out.
Great footy.
Great to watch.
Bit of rah-rah in that.
Quickly out of the line was Ricky Stewart. He had to make the tackle and he didn't. The kick comes in behind the goal line. And it was Brandon Pearson who was able to return it.
It was a good response from Pearson in the end.
Possession statistic there, but it's what they've done with it, which has been their downgrade. Elsgood with plenty of time and space.
Oh,
Taken high.
how high was that?
No
Just
apology
careless.
there.
Get
Gee,
him down.
Jack Elsgood's
Around
copped
the
it
neck.
tonight. He's only been back on the park a couple of minutes, Luke Brittis. He's already on report
That was a shock.
for one tackle.
Lucky it wasn't a swinging arm. It was just an arm thrown out.
You could
Just
see,
careless.
you could see the face of Steve Clark, how impressed he was. That's just sloppy.
Poor old Jack, he's got a headline punching bag, isn't he?
He's had a couple of crosshairs on it tonight. Elsgood. Benetti. Well picked up on the first bounce by Wood. It goes over the head and finally comes now for Ivan Cleary. He comes back against the run and play. Steps through the gap. Has he got anyone to pass to? He may not need them. 2 metres out. Last tackle, Sydney City.
A little bit more pace than I thought too.
They switch the play. Out here is Hurst. And it opens up for Brendan Hurst to score. They overread the play. The Canberra back line. Brendan Hurst juggled the football. They all expected him to pass.
What about the skills shown there by Brendan Hurst? It's only his fourth game back. Here's Cleary. A bit of pace, cover tackle there by the Raiders. They spread the ball on the last tackle. Straight to this right-hand side. Just watch the skills here. Just plucks it out one hand, pulls it in. Says, yeah, I don't mind if I get one. 38-12.
It was a great pass anyway, cut out about 4 players. And look at that juggle from Brendan Hurst. And again, it was on the right-hand side of Brandon Pearson that the try was scored. Brandon Pearson, of course, played for the Sydney City Roosters last year. You'd imagine that Phil Gould would know enough about his play and potential deficiencies.
But it's, Ricky, common sense tells me that you just make too many mistakes in your own end.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you get beaten like that, Mario, you've got to be pretty embarrassed, and we'll have a good look at it. But coming off the field and having a look at it now, mate, it's easy to say that you've made too many mistakes. It's a matter of controlling the footy, mate. But we just kept coming out of our own end all half in the first half, and you can't win football matches from there.
Well, you went in at 20-6 down, but you managed to fight your way back. We saw Furness score, but then the Roosters hoisted the high ball up. We saw Barnett score, and that really took the wind out of your sail.
Yeah, it did. It got him to a further lead, but you know, as I said, it comes back down to the first half. You can't let good teams like this get away like that. We were not getting out of our half because we kept zigzagging across the back of the ruck early in the first half, and you know, that paid the penalty, mate. You just can't give good teams good leads.
Well, Rick, it's good to see you back, and you're starting to slowly but surely get back to your best.
Thanks, mate.
Good luck next week. Oh, here it is. Here, the NEC man of the match, courtesy of Harvey Norman, Freddie Fittler. What have you done to your lip?
Mate, I had Brett Mullen's tongue tonight, I'll tell you.
Yeah, mate, last week they were disappointing the Roosters. It's amazing. Brad Fittler comes back, and they bounce back the Roosters.
Mate, it's got nothing to do with Brad Fittler. All it is, the boys just had to change their attitude. Last week they had a very poor attitude. Now it's windy out there. They had a lot of, they had a lot of reasons to not play, but it wasn't good enough. It wasn't very professional at all. So they turned over. Our defence was great, and that's what won it.
We saw Barney leave the field with a suspected broken arm. Although Dooley and Brian Fletcher, they were outstanding. They're certainly going to be important to you guys in the next couple of weeks.
They will. They're blokes that just got to play like that every week. We sort of put on a performance like this. I can't talk properly. We put on a performance like this every now and then we have these quiet games. We've got to stay focused and just keep going forward. We've got a good side. We've got a side that can win a comp, and we're just not doing the week-to-week things, and that's what we've got to practice.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like Phil Gill was very disappointed with your effort last week. Consistency, but people say the Roosters can't win without Brad Fittler. Let's hope that they can dispel that.
I hope so. I'm not going to miss any more games anyway, Mario, so it'll be sweet.
Your modelling career's gone.
It's over. All over.
The more money you got, the better looking you are.
Absolutely.
Good luck to you, mate. Thank you. Right, there he is, boys.
Thank you, Mario, and also Brad Fittler, who's retained a sense of humour, picked up the Man of the Match award, picked up a pretty good try.
You challenged your side last week to lift their game this week. A much improved performance. In fact, they've come away with a pretty convincing win.
It certainly was. It's hard to know what's going to turn up each week, but a great performance tonight, particularly in defence. When you're playing a side with so many talented players, that's what Canberra's gone. You've got to defend well. We did that. We frustrated them into a lot of mistakes and played some pretty good football when we had the ball.
You led 20-6 at half time, but to their credit, Canberra, they came back at you with Ferner, the big bomb by Walker, and then you see your Barnett score. That really took the wind out of their sails.
Yeah, it was good. We turned pressure into points in the first half. We got a good lead, but the point we stressed at half-time was just how many talented players they do have. The Nagas kick through try is the type of thing they're capable of, and we knew that the game was far from over. As it was, we turned it around 20-6 in the second half as well. Tremendous performance by our blokes, tempered a little bit by suspected broken arm to David Barnhill, which sort of takes the enjoyment out of the evening.
Yeah, on the positive side, though, we've seen Justin Dooley have an outstanding game. Young Fletcher as well. They're going to be players that are going to be critical to Roosters' chances in the next coming weeks.
They are, and I mean, it's probably the criticism they got last week, because the couple of times that Brad Fittler hasn't played, we've played poorly, and the team's been open to criticism because of that. And it's up to these young blokes to stand up for themselves, and I thought they did tonight. I thought that the Fletchers and the Brendan Hurst, the Julian Baileys and the Shane Rigons, all really rolled their sleeves up and played confidently like first graders, probably rather than fellas that are just filling in and making up the numbers with the Lambs and Fittlers and the like. And it's those players that have really got to stand up for us. They did tonight, but we've got to get ready for next week now.
You're looking for consistency. There is a perception they can't win without Brad Fittler. When will they lose that perception?
Oh, well, hopefully we never have to try. Hopefully he plays all the time. But no, I think it's a big learning curve this week. We played very poorly last week, and it wasn't us. It wasn't the way that we normally play. And I think there were signs tonight there that the fellas are about to throw caution to the wind a little bit and back their ability. And that's what we're looking for. And there were some real nice touches from a lot of players out there tonight. And, if we can take that sort of confidence and form into the end of season, it makes you a harder side to beat.
You play with a lot more passion too. We saw Lamb do some great things. We saw a number of your forwards dig in as well. And obviously you're expecting that every week.
Well, you're not going to win without passion. You've got to have a cause, and we had a cause tonight. We played a very good side and beat them very well. But it's only 1 week, Mario. As you say, we've got to back it up next week against Parramatta.
Mate, good luck to you next week. You've done well.
Good on you.
I'm just going to walk over to David Barnhill. Barney, take us through it, mate. You went into a tackle, swung your forearm, and what did you feel?
Mate, just a bit, I suppose it was a lazy tackle and collected with the bloke's head, and hopefully it'll be all right, mate.
As the doctor examined you, what's his diagnosis?
Yeah, he's not sure. It's a bit sore. Just go to the hospital now and get x-rayed and just hope for the best.
What is it with the Roosters? Lowry, broken forearm. He's broken his a couple of times.
Must be that number 8, I think. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, mate, good luck, because you've been playing good footy. But on the positive side, though, Dooley and Fletcher, they did do really well as well.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, we've got plenty of good players to fill in, mate, so we'll see what happens.
Fingers crossed, mate.
Thanks, mate.
David Barnhill, and it really could have been